Hello. 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 Are you working? Am I live? Hello. 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 Oh, welcome, everyone. Hello. How are y'all doing today? Can you hear me okay? Can you see me? With my face? I also don't know how delayed the chat is, so if you could, let me know if you can see me. That'd be great. Oh, you can see me? Lovely. Fantastic. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Well, welcome. Welcome to today's live stream. The first of its kind, which is, I'm not going to lie to you, a bit scary. I'm feeling a little bit stressed right now. I'm not going to lie. Just a little bit. Just a wee bit, you know. I think that's natural though, right? That's just course. That's just natural for anyone, you know. Who knows how people are going to be here? I don't. Guess that's all part of the fun, isn't it? But welcome, 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 welcome. So, this is my tutor's first live stream. I am Olivia. Lovely to meet you all. So, we're going to take a couple of minutes just to kind of hang around in case anyone else decides, you know, they want to pop in, you know. We're not doing anything majorly extensive today. We're just going to do some expanding and factorising of just linear equations. Quadratics, going to be next week. Just going to be some, like, linear equations today. So we're going to keep it nice and chill between, like, a grade 3 and a grade, like, 6. We're going to keep it nice and calm. Nothing really tricky. So keep it nice and chill so we can kind of get used to the way everything works, right? Because I've never really done this before. I did lives a little bit, but not to an audience of this size, I can tell you that much. So we're just going to kind of get used to it for a little bit. So what I thought we could do first is I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions because I kind of want to count how big the delay is, just so that obviously I know. So I'm not just kind of sat waiting in case, you know, if no one then comments, then I know to move on rather than me waiting in case I delay, you know. So I've written some things down. So first things I want to know is, have any of you been to a live stream before? And I'm talking like, not like an online lesson, not like a Zoom meeting, you know, I'm talking like Twitch or YouTube live, like watched a streamer do something stream related, you know. Has anyone done that before? Yes, grand. Because not everyone has, you know. Streaming I don't think is massively mainstream at the moment, is it? I think it's getting more popular. It's getting somewhat more popular, but I don't think it's like properly mainstream yet, right? That's good. That's good. Everyone's commenting. That's good. Delay is not that bad. I put it on ultra low delay, so there's not going to be any captions. I hope that's okay. If anyone is upset by that, then let us know, and we can change it for next time. But hopefully this should be grand. That's good. Okay, next thing I want to kind of see is how big, because I have CloudBot, should have CloudBot in operation currently. So I want to see what it kind of allows, kind of in terms of paragraphs. I think it might cut off some paragraphs a little bit longer to try and like make the chat less blocky, if that makes sense. So, do we have any pets? And I want to know about them. That's the second thing. I know, a bit weird, not really maths related, but we're just having a bit of a chat, you know. So do we have any pets? What are their names? That's what I want to know. No pets? Ah, well, do we know anyone that's got pets? Maybe like I don't know, an older cousin, sister, I don't know, aunt, uncle. Yeah, we do. What are their names, Stephen? That's what I want to know. I'm trying to test how big paragraphs we're allowed to have. Got a little dog, or all mine are little too. I've got one reasonably big dog, who I nicknamed Big Dog. So then that'll kind of give you an idea of how big she is. She's a Bordeaux, so she's like, when she stands up, she can stand on my shoulders. So she's like, can be as tall as me, but it's obviously when she's got, you know, natural stance, 4 paws down, she's like up to kind of my waist, and I'm like, what, 5'4", so she's quite a big dog. But the other ones are like little Bichon Frises, so they're like this big, so they're teeny tiny. Golden, oh, cute. One cat and one dog and 2 cats. Do they get along, your dog and your cats? Because I always imagine that dogs and cats won't get along. My dogs don't like cats at all. I've got 5 dogs in total, none of which particularly like cats. A gecko, frog, and a dog. Oh, that's cute. I used to have a bearded dragon back in the day, many moons ago now. I mean, like talking like years ago now. Oh, that's cute. Oh, called Tiny. Oh, kind of the opposite of my big dog, but tiny gerbil. That's really cute. Oh, I think that's just natural for goldfish, though, isn't it, Superly? I think that's just not to like to talk down on your trauma or anything, not to talk down on your animals. I think that's just, yeah. I've also had many goldfish that have not made it past a couple of years. I don't think I've done anything wrong. I think that's just like natural course for goldfish, isn't it? Oh, the outside cats. Oh, cute. Okie dokie then. So, and then next question, last question is, do we have any questions? Any like initial questions for me? Anything we're desperately hankering to know? We really want to ask about me, about the streams, about my tutor. Don't know much about, well, I know a fair bit about my tutor. Not not massively, but anything in particular we would like to know about anything. Well, I'll do my best. But how does my tutor, I believe in afterlife? That's a philosophical question, one that I am too dumb to answer. So, how does my tutor work? Well, it's just like online lessons. So back in the day when you did like Zoom school, kind of like that, but hopefully better than when you did Zoom school. Because I remember my brother was in year 8 when COVID happened, well, when everything kind of shut down, and his Zoom school was the schools let him flashcards, and that was the only schooling that he had. So hopefully a little bit better than that. What subjects? They do like all subjects pretty much. I don't think there's a subject. Well, ones that can kind of easily be taught online, because I think obviously things like piano can't really often be taught online. Or like singing and things like that. But all your academic subjects, what are the lengths of the streams? So they're going to be an hour, give or take. Normally, I don't know how, because obviously there's different tutors running different ones. I'm Olivia on Mondays, and you've got Enketia doing study techniques, I believe, on a different day, and you've got Fliss doing coding. So they're all going to be an hour, but we're probably going to run them slightly differently. So I'm going to normally have like a bit of a chat like this, maybe not as long as this every other week, because now thought we might as well take the time to get to know each other possibly, because while we're still like doing something a little bit simpler, like explaining linear equations. We've got the time today, you know. So I thought we could do like have a little bit of a chat beforehand, and then do some maths, crack down, get onto it, do some maths, and then like the last 5 minutes we'll just kind of do this again, have a bit of a chat. Not that you're the one who probably hear from me, but chat all the same. Chat we will. I'll make something up. I'll do some rambling. Grand. Okie dokie. How do we find out when different subjects run? Someone in the chat, maybe a moderator, possibly. Could probably have a link to those. I don't have the link, but moderators should be able to post a link. They have like a webpage on it. But it should be able to find it. Just to kind of Google my tutor live streams, it should probably pop up. I would imagine it'd be relatively easy to find. But possibly someone from my tutor who happens to be lurking in the chat, maybe put like a link or something. That'd be really helpful if they could. But that's up to them. Cool. Okie dokie. So I tutor maths and all the sciences. So to answer kind of two questions in one, I finished university last year. I did a material science and engineering degree, and I actually know what that is. You will be a better person than me because I don't, and I didn't degree in it. It's just kind of like what materials do and how they work and stuff. But now from that, I now full-time teach maths and all 3 of the sciences at GCSE. After schools. It's quite fun. That's my job currently. So yes, I did go to uni. I got a first class, actually, not to toot my own horn, but I got a first class degree from Queen Mary in London. So yeah, in material science and engineering. It was quite fun. I recommend it. I love that uni. If everyone's thinking about going to Queen Mary, fantastic. Absolutely loved it. It was wonderful. Okay, and then so these live streams are gonna be aimed at somewhere between year 10 and 11, so it's like GCSE. I mean, it can be if you're in like, I don't know, year 8, year 9. Don't tell me how old you are because that's age chat and that's not allowed on YouTube. But if you are in like slightly before GCSE, then it shouldn't be. It's like fun to see, you know, some of these things you would have seen before, but if you're in year 11, the majority of these things you will have seen prior. You will have seen these before. And yes, I do teach consecutive science as well. Not on the live stream, just, for my job. Because we're starting, so I don't know where they're going to go with these live streams, but we're starting sort of small. So we're going to do, obviously, we've got me with maths, Enketia with study skills, and then Fliss with coding. And those are the 3 that we're doing right now. So 3 sessions a week, 1 each for each of us. Same time every week. And I don't know where they're going to go with it. Maybe they might add more subjects if they go well. I don't know. Maybe I can teach you in like chemistry or something. I don't know. But that's I don't know. That's what maybe I don't know what they're planning. What did I get in my GCSEs? That was a long time ago. A's, all A's in my GCSEs. That was a long time ago now. They've changed drastically since then. It was much easier, I think, to get an A in GCSE back when I did it compared to where you guys are doing it. You guys have a lot more content than what I seem to remember. But anyway, should we do some maths? We've been gossiping for what, like 10 minutes now? We've been chatting like a bunch of old wives. Should we do some maths? I think. Possibly. If you see me looking like not at the camera, like if I look here currently, where I'm like currently looking, that's where chat is. So if you see me like flicking to like, I've got 2 monitors. If you see me flicking between one monitor, that's where my PowerPoint is, and monitor number 2 is where the chat is. So if you see me looking like weirdly not on camera, that is why. So there we are. Cool. Let us do some maths. So scene change time. Where is it? Scene change time. Shirt time. There we are. Hey. Has it worked? Can you now see my lovely PowerPoints? Is it up on the board? Can we see it? Can we see the PowerPoints? Yeah, grand. Okie dokie do. Okie dokie. Let me reshuffle a little bit. Cool. You can't see it? I think you're a fibber. I think we're being cheeky. Anyway, so first thing I want to preface is I am a person that speaks very quickly. I can talk for like 1,000,000 miles an hour. I'll just go at you. 1,000,000 miles an hour, right? If you can't understand what I'm saying because I'm just rambling at 1,000,000 miles an hour, let me know. I can always repeat myself. I'm more than used to it. All my students, they all tell me, you speak real quick. I know. I have noticed. You don't need to tell me. I am well aware. So that's okay. Grand. Okie dokie then. So, you may have seen in the description, there were a couple of questions for you to have a go at. Nothing overly taxing. Just a couple of little ones for you to have a go at. If you haven't done them, doesn't matter. I'm not going to lie to you. Doesn't matter because we're going to do them right now. But if you haven't had a go, maybe have a go. Take some time. Have a couple of minutes. Maybe think them through. It's not overly taxing. This is kind of like a grade kind of 3 kind of thing. So it's not anything particularly taxing. Nothing particularly taxing. I'll let you have a go. If you don't have a calculator, also feel free to like grab one if you would like. Not overly necessary, but if you want a calculator, feel free to grab a calculator. I'm not going to judge you for using a calculator for this sort of thing. And then, grand. So I'll let you have I don't know, 10 seconds to have a little rethinkle. Thank you, James. I think you've already had a go at it. It's looking good, looking good. Refreshing. Little sip. My Animal Crossing cup. Okie dokie then. Okay. Yes, well done, James. Good job, James. Cool then. So, what are we thinking? So, simplify 2x minus 3y minus 6x minus 4y. So, could I just to play devil's advocate a little bit, because I think we all hopefully should know how to do this one. Can I just bring all these numbers together? 2 minus 3 minus 6 minus 4. Can I do that? That's something I can just do. So 2 minus 3, and then take away another 6 and take away another 4. And then just bring them all together, put an xy on the end. Is that something I can do? No, it is not. Good job, Anna. No, it is not. It is not. You're all very right. Why not? Why can I not just do that? That would make life so much easier, wouldn't it? Why can I not do that? What is the mathematical kind of rule that tells us that we cannot do that? Yes, Anna, well done. They are different letters. They're absolutely right. They're a more technical term. They are not like terms. You're absolutely right. So we've got to keep our x's with our x's and our y's with our y's. So if there's a slight difference in any other letters, we can't bring them together. They got to be separate. No matter if it's x and x squared, technically the same letter, but slightly different, keep them separate. If in doubt, just keep them separate. Cool. Okie dokie then. So, let's have a look then. So, bringing them together, we've got 2x. Oop, where's my highlighter? Uh-oh, I don't think my shortcuts are working. Uh-oh, my shortcuts aren't working. Bear with me then, because normally I teach in this platform. I teach on this like one lesson space, my tutor's lesson space. I teach here like maybe 5-6 hours a day, so I'm very used to my shortcuts. And if they're not working, because I've got I've got more programs open than I'm used to, in other places I also wanted to use the shortcuts. I don't know, but if I'm using my shortcuts, I'm gonna be a bit slower because I have to like actually find things in the lesson space and such, which I haven't had to find in many moons. Anyway then, so we've got 2x, we've got minus 6. What on earth is 2 minus 6? I'm going to get all you guys to do all my mental maths for me, because I suck at mental maths. So you guys can do it all for me. 2 minus 6. What on earth is that? 2 minus 6. Yeah, minus 4. Perfect. So we've got minus 4x. And then what's happening with my y's? So I've got minus 3y, minus 4y. What's that going to give me? Minus 3y, minus 4y. What is that going to be? Minus 7. It is indeed. Easy peasy, lemony squeezy. Grand. And that is that. And that is the first one done and dusted. Okie dokie then. What about this next one here? So now I've got 4c plus 6 equals 18. So there's technically 2 ways to sort of do this. You can like do a bit of trial and error if you want. Plug some numbers in, see what you get, try and make 18. Not as good of a method, I don't think. It does work in a pinch, but alas. There's a better way, which is I think what Raven Knight did. Sorry, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I can't read very well. Got contacts in, hence everything's looking a little bit fuzzy. So yeah, what you did is inverse operations, which is essentially doing the opposite of what you're doing to this C to try and get it on its own. So, absolutely right. I'm seeing lots of good things here. We're taking away 6 to get 4c. Uh-oh, shortcuts aren't working. 4c equals 12. And then we're going to divide by 4. c equals 3. Nice and easy. Cool. And that is that. Those are the ones in the description. So, every week there's going to be a couple of questions in the description just to kind of get us in the feel of it, get us in the mood of it. Cool then. So, that is that. Let us then continue on our journey. So expanding out of one bracket. So this is a skill you learn very early days. I think you first learn it when, like I've taught it when I taught the 11 plus before, so many moons ago. So obviously, depending on how we are with maths, it still might be a bit fuzzy. Obviously, maths doesn't sink in well with everyone. That is perfectly fine, you know. Some people might still struggle with this. Absolutely fine, right? Everyone struggles with something. So we'll go through it together and we'll see how we end up. So, expand 7 lots of 2x plus 7. So, if you don't know how to do this, see how quickly you can do it. Time yourself. See if you can do it in like 2 seconds. Work on being quick and accurate math. Might as well. If not, feel free to, join me in figuring this out. Obviously, maybe not look at the chat because there's going to be answers in there. But feel free to put it in the chat once you've got it. I'll look at those in a little bit. So, first things first though, what is this 7 doing outside of this bracket? If there's a number next to something else in algebra with nothing in between them, what does that mean? Like a number next to a bracket or a number next to a letter, what does that mean? And there's nothing in between them. What does that mean? Times. It does indeed, Anna. It does indeed. It means times. Because mathematicians are really, really, really lazy. We don't want to be writing extra signs that we don't have to write. No need for it. So what we do is we just put it outside a bracket instead of writing 7 times 2x, then 7 times 7. Perfect. So we're going to absolutely right to expand this bracket times each of these terms on the inside by whatever is on the outside. So 7 times 2x, as you all said very well, which is 14x, then 7 times 7, 49. Grand. Well done, everyone. So 7 times 7, 49. That is indeed well, not that anyone said it, but that is a square number. What I would recommend, something that often gets forgotten, I would recommend, especially for paper 1, is you learn all of your square numbers up to at least 15. It may seem a bit weird, but it's kind of hard to figure it out, like what a square root is when you're in the exam without your calculator. You kind of take them for granted a little bit. So make sure you know definitely from at least 1 through to 15, like squared, if that makes sense. Just thought I'd mention it while I saw the number 49. Might as well have brought it up. Okie dokie then. Moving on. See what else I got. What about this guy? Expand 5a, lots of a minus 6. A little bit trickier this time. There's not only a letter inside the bracket, but also a letter outside. What are we going to do there? So let you have a little think about it for a little second. Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? These ones are quite nice. This one's a little bit trickier. Some people commonly forget how to times letters together. Yeah, it's not the most intuitive thing in the world. Not the most intuitive. Okie dokie then. So, I'm going to be timesing 5a by a. Is that going to be like 5 lots of like 2a? Or no? Just going to try and play devil advocate. Because I mean, some of these questions you're going to find them very simple. That's the joy of it. Not for every week. I want to preface that. Not for every week. Some weeks we're doing things like grade 9. Grade 9, what is it? Grade 9. I've forgotten something now. Simultaneous equations. They are gross. So it won't be every week. But there we are. Grand. So, we've got 5a times a. And as we've all saying, that is indeed 5a squared. If we think about this square number, we've got any square number, like the one we saw before, 7 times 7 is 49. That 49 is also technically 7 squared. So the way that this works, 7 times 7, 7 squared, 49, the same way if we times 2 letters together, we're going to raise the power to the power of 2. Like we've done to convert that into that, essentially. There we are. So, indeed, we get 5a squared, and then times this by the outside again. What's outside by what's inside? 5a times minus 6 to make absolutely right, minus 30a. Grand then. Okie dokie. Can I then bring these together to make minus 25a? Can I do that? Okay, devil's advocate. Might be an obvious answer, but just going to keep repeating all the misconceptions, because why not? We've got the time, might as well. No, I can't. Why not? Similar reason as earlier, actually. The same reason as earlier, if you're paying attention. Why can I not do that? Why not? Why can I not do minus 25a? I mean, they're both a's. Yeah, 1 squared. They're not like terms. As soon as one is anything different about it, and in this case, this different bit is this guy here, this squared. As soon as anything's a little bit different, you can't subtract them or add them anymore. You've got to keep them separate. If in doubt, keep them separate. Don't bring them together. Cool. Okie dokie. So then at least that way, you'll get your method marks and possibly lose an answer mark, but maybe not. Maybe that is the right answer. But then if you go too far without noticing, if you go too far and bring these together, make it minus 25a, then you'd lose your answer mark as well. No good. If you left it there when there could be a next step, you wouldn't. Does that make sense? Do you all understand? Bit of mark scheme diorama. Does that all make sense? Cool. Grant, you understand? Perfect. Thank you very much. I hope everyone's doing well in the chat. I'm monitoring it briefly, as I said. Contact lenses, everything's a bit fuzzy. Monitoring slightly. So I hope everything's okay. Cool then, moving on. Now we've got 2 different letters. Not only do we have X's, but we also have Y's. What are we going to do there? You have a little go at that, go on. Have a little go at that. X's and a Y. What are we thinking for that one? See some good ones. Less than before. See if I'll give you a couple of minutes, a couple of little seconds. That's short for, not the other word that it sounds like. I'll give you a couple of seconds to have a go at it. Competition in the chat. Uh-oh. As long as it's friendly competition, as long as they're both happy. Okie dokie then. Well, it's looking good. All these answers are looking grand. So, first off, as we always said, shortcuts. I keep falling for it. Right. So, these ones times together. Oh, we're not arguing. Uh-oh. Silly goose. So, we're multiplying these together. Let's all calm down. Everybody calm down. No, let's not have competition, right? Doesn't matter who's first, just matters who's right. That's, that's all that matters. Let's not fight. So, we have got 9x times 3y. What are we going to do there? Let's change the subject. What are we going to do there? 9x times 3y. How are we going to do that? Let me know, please. Someone. Trying to change the subject here. Times we do indeed. We times them together. So, 9 times 3, 27. Is it going to be yx or is it going to be xy? But a math notation rules for you. What are we reckoning there? Yx or xy? And why? Why? Why is it xy? It is indeed xy. Why is it that one and not that one? What are we thinking? Why is it that one and not that one? Anyone know? Why is it that one and not that one? I'm going to take the opportunity to have a little sip. Yes, Aston, that's very good. Perfect. Yep. So they are times together, but technically both of them do mean they times together. The x, y times x and x times y can be written technically either way. But in algebra, we always follow the alphabetical order. It's not essential or anything. If you forget to alphabetize your letters in the exam, they're probably not going to mark you wrong for it. I'd imagine they wouldn't. Looking at mark schemes, they're not going to mind all that much. But it's good mathematical notation. You know, they will care when you get up to things like A-level maths. If you do decide to do A-level maths, they're going to think you're a little bit silly if you forget to alphabetize. So it's good to get into the habit of it. While it doesn't mind, they don't mind right now, but it's good to get into the habit, you know? Getting into good technique and such. Grand, well done. Then we have this one, 9x times minus 8. What we're going to get there? 9x times minus 8. I'm going to pick up the shortcuts eventually. Yeah, it is indeed. Minus 72x. Thank you very much. Minus 72x. Cool. Perfect. Moving on. Grand. Uh-oh, we've got a squared outside now. Whatever are we going to do? Expand. 2x squared, lots of 4x minus 9. 2x squared, lots of 4x minus 9. Uh-oh. Squared outside. What on earth are we going to do there? So this is now reaching up into kind of a grade 5 kind of territory. So we're getting up there now. We're slowly climbing the ladder, slowly climbing the ranks, right? This is about a grade 5 kind of level. So, what are we thinking? What are we feeling? What is going to happen here? I'm seeing lots of good things. Lots of correct things. That's good. It's good. Good. Let's be nice to each other. Let's be civil. Let's be all civil here. Just a couple of guys and girls doing some maths. Getting people intimidated to chat if we were fighting. Can't be fighting. Anyways, so we are indeed going to times these together, and then because of the rules of indices, we're going to start climbing up the power. So if ever we're timesing in a new lot of the same letter to something that's already got a power's going to go up by 1. Just like that. So in here, we're going to times the numbers together. Numbers go with number. We're going to get 8. And then we've got now x squared, which is technically just x times x, with another x. So it's got x. All that becomes cubed. Well done. Perfect. Okie dokie. If I was having another x, go up by another one. That'd be 4, 5, 6. Just going to keep going, depending on how many x's you're times in together. Okie dokie then. Then next up, we have got 2x squared minus 9. What is that going to get me? 2x squared minus 9. What is that going to get me? Yeah, well done, Anna. Looking good, looking good. Chat's actually very quick, actually. I'm surprised. I thought chat was going to be a lot more delayed. Obviously, not that I was saying that you guys were going to be slower at your answers. But I thought chat was going to be a little bit more delayed than this, which is pretty good. It's rather good. Good. Okie dokie then. Absolutely right. It is indeed minus 18x squared. So, because we've got times and numbers together, numbers always go first. We're going to times them together. 2 by 9 minus 8, or 2 by minus 9 minus 18. Then x squared with a nothing just leaves us with x squared. Okie dokie then. Okie dokie. Moving on. It's getting crazy in the chat again. What about this one? It's going to take you a bit longer. So maybe stop arguing in chat. So now I've got the question. I've got this one. Take your time with it. Look like this. Let's all behave. Let's all calm ourselves down. We're just a couple of guys and girls doing some maths. You all have a nice go at this. Looking good. Perfect. It is indeed grand. So let's expand these brackets first in case we didn't get it. Perfect. We're going to times this one by that one, which is 2x, and that one times that one, which is minus 8. Getting distracted by reading chat. Not even paying attention. 2 times x, 2 times minus 4, minus 8. I'm going to wrap that in a bracket for now just to keep it a bit separate. Then we've got 3 times x, and then 3 times 5. So we've got plus 3x plus 15. Okie dokie. Then what I'm going to do is kind of get rid of this extra bracket malarkey that I've got in here. So I'm going to get 2x minus 8 plus 3x plus 15. And there we have it. Grand. Then we're going to bring together the like terms. We're going to collect like terms. 2x plus 3x, 5x minus 8 plus 15, which is plus 7. When I did my GCSEs in 2016. I'm old. I'm really old. Well, I don't think I'm that old. I'm like 22, so I don't think I'm that old. But I did my GCSEs when I was in 2016. So yeah, many moons ago now. Many moons ago. It was when I think I was the second to last year. And I think I was the last year to do A star through C in everything. And then I think the year after me did 9 through 1 in maths and English, and then A star through C and everything else. And then the year after that they did 9 through 1 and everything. Yes, tutoring is my full-time job. I am indeed. I tutor every day, every single day. But it's fun. I love tutoring. It's a good schedule. I don't work during the day, so I work from 4 until 9 every day, and then all weekend. So I get like every morning off. It's quite nice. It's quite a nice job. I would recommend it. I would strongly recommend it. Anyway then, let's move on. So we've got about 15 minutes or so. So let's move on then. What I want to do is expanding into one bracket, which is the next thing on the list of things to do. So we've done a lot of expanding out of brackets. No, I don't do live streams every day, so I tutor every day. Different things. Live streams are new, just to trial things out, to see what we're doing, but we're not doing a live stream every day. I'm just going to tutor every day, because I'm a tutor on my tutor. So the platform has tutors that tutor every day. Does that make sense? So live streams aren't every day. No. Live streams are just, I have live streams once a week, every Monday, 5 o'clock. That's when I have live streams. I don't know when Felicity and Ketia have their live streams, so I have to have a look at that. But they have live stream. I think one's on Thursday at 5. The other one's maybe Tuesday at 5. Don't quote me on that one though. I don't quote me on that one. They're at some point. But feel free to have, if one of the mods wants to put a link in, that'd be handy, maybe. I don't think they want to do that. Anyway, so expanding into one bracket. Okie dokie. Yes, this isn't like my personal account. This is like a business account. So they're gonna have tutors like streaming on their like main YouTube account. So the YouTube account I'm on right now is for the company, but I'm a tutor that works for the company or with the company technically. Does that make sense? I'm kind of self-employed, but I work like with the company. That makes sense. So I'm just gonna live stream on their account. So people are gonna like jump on. It'll be me like on Thursday, or on like the next time you see a live stream on here, unless it's Monday, then it will be me. It'll be someone else. But they'll be nice. I've met them. They're lovely people. You'll like them. Anyway, expanding into one bracket. Let's get on with it. Well, if you have any more questions about that, we're gonna have like 5 minutes at the end. So ask them then. Store them down. Write them down. Get a bit of paper. And jot them down. And so then we have something to talk about at the end. But anyway, let us gonna move on. So, factorize 3y plus 12. So this word factorize, whenever it asks you to factorize something, what is it asking? No matter what the question is, whether it's a linear equation or a quadratic, or if you do like add maths and it's a cubic, what does the word factorize actually mean? Like, what is it, that word mean? Yeah, these answers are good. They're good answers. Yeah, perfect, Sarah, perfect. Put it into brackets. It is indeed. It wants us to put it into brackets. Different amount of brackets, depending on what equation it is. This one is one bracket because there's no squares. That is that. Quadratics, they have a squared, therefore, going to be 2 brackets. Cubics, they have a cube, therefore, going to be 3 brackets. Makes sense, right? You only do cubic equations if you're doing like further maths or add maths GCSE, which is not, we're not going to do it together like on any Mondays or anything. That's like if you do like further maths in school. And only certain examples do it. But anyway, moving on. So then absolutely right, we're going to put it into brackets. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to find a factor of the numbers. We're going to find a factor of this number and of this number. Now I'm spotting 3 because 3 is the only one that goes into this one. 3 and 1, but 1 goes into everything. It's kind of like a cheaty one. We can't really do 1. But that's absolutely right. 3 goes into both of them. So I'm going to pull out a 3. Then I'm going to check the letters. Is there any common letters in this one and in this one? And that is a no, because this one doesn't even have any letters. Can't be one in common, doesn't even have any, right? So that one's going to have any letters. So no letters come out. So we're going to be 3 on his own out in front. And then I'm going to think about, okay, what do I need to times this 3 by to get each of the terms in my question? So I'm going to times it by y to get 3y. I'm going to put a y there. 3 times y, 3y. And then 3 times something makes 12. Well, that is going to be a 4. And that is how you factorize a linear equation. And there we are. Okie dokie. Fun times. How are we feeling? Feeling good? Feeling confident with that? How are you feeling? What's the consensus? Feeling good? Good. 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 Confident? Grand. Perfect. What I like to hear. Let's make it trickier then. So as we did with the expanding brackets, we're going to just kind of climb the ladder, keep going higher and higher. So these ones are going to go up to about like a grade 6-ish, if we have the time, which we should. Moving on then. What about this one? Factorize 18x plus 24. 18x plus 24. What about this one? $18x plus 24. What are we getting for this one? Grand's looking good. Perfect. So all you guys, I'm seeing you've all pulled out a 6, which is very good. So you always kind of want to look for the highest common factor. That'd be ideal, right? So always looking for the highest common factor. But sometimes that highest common factor is kind of a bit awkward, right? I'm sure we've all seen a question where the highest common factor was like something stupid, like 18. Like, who knows their 18 times tables? not me, and I'm assuming not you either. So, in that case, you can pull out something smaller. So I'm going to show you, because we've all got the right answer, we all know how to do this, but I'm going to show you a situation which we might not find ourselves in very often. So if we do find ourselves in it, we want to kind of know how to deal with it, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend I don't know 6 is the factor of 18 and 24. You know, say it's exam stress. Say I'm being a bit of a silly goose, and I just don't spot 6. You know, I just don't see it. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to see, okay, these numbers, they're both even. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull out 2. That's what I'm going to do. Not the highest factor, but still a factor all the same, right? Still a factor. So what I'm going to do is pull out a 2. I'm going to factorise it as I normally would. No letters to come out, so I'm going to put a bracket, and then 2 times what makes 18x, that is going to be 9x, and then 2 times what makes 24, that is going to be 12. So, now I've got some algebra in a bracket. It is factorised. We can do it, this is correct. It's just not factorised fully, and that's what we need to do most of the time. It doesn't say it in this question, but technically, actually, Sarah, we don't need the highest factor. First, simplify it fully. Yes, we do. Absolutely, we do. But, so this is not done. This question's not finished yet. This question's not done. So, that's okay. That's okay. Everyone makes that same mistake, because sometimes you just kind of can't spot it, right? Say if your factor is like something huge, like say if it's like, I don't know, 12 or something, like who spots a 12 as a factor of both numbers, you know, or who spots like 17, you know, something silly like that. Who spots like 19, you know. So in case it's something like that where it's like a really awkward factor that we just don't spot yet, so what we can do is pull out something that's a little bit smaller. And then we're gonna look and think, okay, is there anything else I can pull out of here that's make it smaller? So always kind of double check before you move on with a question, before you finish it off. Have a little look and think, okay, can I pull out anything else out of here? Right, can I take anything out of both of these two? And can I? You tell me. Can anything else come out of both of these terms? What are we thinking? Can anything else come out of both of those? It is indeed a 3. Perfect. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to pull that 3 out, and I'm going to just kind of leave that 2 hanging there, pretend it's not really even there. So I'm going to hang it there, and then factorise it like I would. Like this was just like the question at hand. Like say this was just that one, and I hadn't even seen this one, right? I hadn't even seen it. So I'm going to pull out a 3, and I'm going to get a 3x. I had to think then. I was too busy reading the chat. 3x plus 4. Okie dokie. And then, what am I going to do with that? This mess that I've got myself in here. What am I going to do there? What am I going to do here? What am I going to do with this kind of sticky situation I've got myself in? With this kind of weird bracketed thing? Yeah, you're right, Anna. You are indeed coming in clutch today, answering all my questions. Thank you very much. We are indeed going to multiply these together. I'm going to do 2 times a 3 to then get a 6. And that is a fully factorised expression. So, if that ever happens, if you can't spot the highest common factor, if you're sat there, you're wasting time, you're thinking, you're trying to find a highest common factor, it's just not coming to you, your brain can't pull it for some reason, you probably know the feeling, your brain just can't quite grasp, it's there, but you can't quite grasp it. And it's pull out, if they're both even, pull out a 2. If they're not, 3 is probably going to go into them, so pull out a 3 instead. And then just keep whittling it down. Just keep going. Like when you simplify a fraction, right? You might divide them both by 2 first, then by 2 again, then by 2 again, rather than trying to find factors of both numbers. Kind of like that, but with brackets. You just keep whittling it down until you do get the lowest, until you can say, okay, 3 and 4, nothing goes into thirds apart from 1, but 1's like, everything goes into 1, so not special. Does that all make sense? All making sense? We all good? We all good? How are we all feeling? We all doing well? We all making sense? We all happy? We all content? Grand? Okie dokie, perfect. Let us move on then. Let us move on. What about that one? Can we see it? It's looking a little bit small, isn't it? It's looking a wee bit small there. Let me write it out again. Because I'm going to just pull this, what was it, 8? looking a little bit small. Let me make it bigger. So I have to deal with my shoddy handwriting. I apologise. I have to remove the My Tutor branded slideshow for right now. And I guess we can't see it because my eyesight is too bad. It's too poor to read that. That's what it says. Leave that out my camera view. There we are. There we go. Let you have a go at that one. Squared in it this time. Uh-oh. Both different letters. Double uh-oh. Let you have a think. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Grand. I'm seeing some good answers in here. Seeing some good answers. Good. Okie dokie then. So, again, let's go through it. There's a couple of the same chatters over and over. Feel free to come in. If you haven't chatted yet, feel free to come in. We don't bite. At least I don't. Some of the people in chat I don't know about, but I don't bite. Feel free to come in and have a go. But what I'm going to do first, in case you don't know, we're going to have a little look at the numbers. What are the common factors in the numbers? So you could pick out a 2, then do what we did last time and just keep whittling it down. Or you could see, okay, 4 was both of these. Quite handy. Let's pull out a 4. Then I'm going to look for a common factor in the letters. So I've got x squared here and x. So xy, sorry, and x is common in both of them. And this is an x squared, technically, but x squared is just x times x. So there is still an x in it, just 2 of them, right? Multiply together. So I'm going to take out an x, and then there's no y's because there's only one y here, no y's there. So that's done, dusted there. Okie dokie. Next up then, I'm going to then say, okay, what do I have to times 4x by to get 8x squared? And that's going to be a 2x. That is that. Then what do we have to times 4x by to get 4xy? Well, half that's already done for you, isn't it? Most of that's fine. And then it's got 1y left over. You could put 1y if you really wanted to. Not much need to though, not much need. Let's all be nice to each other because you're making poor Ashika's job harder having to moderate you all. Let's all be nice. Let's all be nice. Let's all be civil. We'll have nice conversations, right? No need to be mean to anyone else. No need to be rude. So yeah, you could put a 1y. Don't need to though, because 1y is the same as y. Don't need to put 1s in algebra. As I said, mathematicians, lazy people. Don't want to be putting 1s where we don't need to. Okie dokie then. Grand. Lovely jubbly. Are we all happy? We all happy with this one? We all good? We all Gucci? Gucci gang? Good. Okie dokie. Let's move on. Let's do one that's tricky. We've only got a couple of minutes. We've got like 3 minutes left. So we'll do a couple of trickier ones and then we'll call it there. Let's see what else I've got. Okay, what about this one? This one's looking a bit quirky. This one's looking quirky out here. What about... Oops, daisy. Shortcuts. Where are they? 18ab plus 27ab squared. 18ab plus 27ab squared. Let me have a little look. I've rewritten it because I know it's kind of teeny tiny, isn't it? I won't be able to read that if I were you guys, looking out for the people that are poorly sighted like myself. We've got 18ab plus 27ab squared. Let me have a little think. And if you can't find the highest common factor, pull out any common factor, then just keep whittling it down. Whatever's in the bracket, is there anything else that could possibly be, that we could possibly take out in that middle bracket? So have a little think, a little go. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect straight away. You can keep whittling it down. Okie dokie. These are looking good. These are looking very good. Very good indeed. Okie dokie. So, factors in the numbers. Perfect. All of you got it first time. You can pull out a 9. Absolutely right. 3 as well, technically. So you could have done 3 and then take out another 3 later on. That also would have been perfectly fine. No worries there. So we take out a 9. And then we look at the letters. So we've got A in that one, and we've also got an A in that one. Perfect. Let's whack that. And then actually, have I miscopied it? Oh no, I haven't. I thought I had them. And then we've got a B in that one and a B in that one. So we're pulling out loads of things there. Loads and loads and loads and loads of things. Don't worry, Ashika is there. She's just timing everyone out, so be careful. Make sure we're all nice, respecting each other. There's no need for any nastiness in the chat. We're all here trying to have a good time, trying to do some maths. So we've got 9AB pulled out. Then we're going to come in later on. So we're going to do... I'm getting distracted. Then we're going to do how many times 9 AB buys get 18 AB. So the letters, they're all perfectly fine, aren't they? They're sound. The letters are already as they should be. So if times the letters by anything else, all we need to do is times this 9 by a 2 to bring it to 18. Then we're going to do 9 times what to get 27. That's going to be a 3. And then we've got this B squared here. So B squared, we should know that that is just B times B, right? That's just B times B. So we only need one more B. We've already got one there. Just need one more. Pop that there. And that is a fully factorized equation. Or expression, I should say. Better maths that way. Cool. So how was that one? How are you all feeling? How was that one? How are we doing? How was that one? Feel free to chat. Chat is still on. Chat is still happening. Just being moderated more heavily at the moment. Just to make sure everyone has a good time. You know, anyone bullying, any nastiness in chat. So it's being moderated kind of heavily. Because obviously, you know, I don't want to deal with it. You don't want to see it. So it's going to end in 4 minutes. But the stream's probably going to kind of hang around for like a couple of minutes afterwards. Just like with the ending screen. But we're going to, this is the last question. So if you want to pop off, feel free to do so, but I'm going to kind of, so the last question, we're going to kind of chat for a couple of seconds, just to kind of answer any more questions you might have about anything, you know, because we're kind of finished. We've done everything I had planned for today. We've done everything we needed, and then we're going to have a chat about what we're going to do in the next couple of weeks. There we go. Cool. Okay then. So I'm going to put myself back onto full screen. You can see my face in more detail than you did before. I feel my Taylor Swift cardigan. Cool. Oh, thank you. I hope it looks very gamer. Maybe too gamer. I don't know. But I've got my little Enderman in the back. But not that I play much Minecraft anymore. But I always liked him. He was cool. He stole all my dirt. It was fun. But anyway. Anyway. So how are we finding today? How was things like the audio and the video? Were they laggy? Was the audio crisp enough? Was the video okay quality? Like, how was like the technical side of it? Both fine? That's good. Good. Because I can move my microphone like slightly closer. My streamer microphone, if we wish. But actually, now it's in the way of chat. But good. Good then. Good. Cool then. So that was the first live stream. Fun. You know what? I was so stressed before coming on today. I was so nervous. I cancelled my lesson before it because I had, some things weren't working anyway. I had to fix some stuff. But I was so stressed. My Wi-Fi went off like an hour ago, so I was really nervous about that. Well, not an hour ago. An hour before I started, like technically 2 hours ago now. And I was so worried. But you guys have all been cool. It's all been fun, actually. I thought it was going to be really stressful, but I feel I really enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to next week. Thoroughly enjoying it. Are we all going to be here next week? Are we all planning on it? Next week we're doing quadratics. So a little bit harder than this. We're going to be kind of stepping up a little bit, going grade 5 to about grade 7. So it's going to be late. It's going to be further. It's going to be more, I know this was kind of more foundation centric. It's going to be more higher centric next week. Kind of balance it out a little bit. So we're going to be doing... pixelated. Yeah, I think it's because it's, for some reason, because my webcam is set for... it's for the right aspect ratio, but for some reason it won't stretch to the YouTube live stream page. I don't really know why. It's a bit weird. Because my camera is good quality. Like, it cost me a mint to do my camera. So it is good quality. It's just like, I think it's just YouTube's aspect ratio. I don't think it works with my camera. I have to have a look and like see if I can change the aspect ratio of my camera or something like that. It's a bit weird. Because I've noticed that too. Because there's like a black bar next to me. I don't know if it's like... there, isn't it? Because for some reason my camera won't stretch the whole like aspect ratio of the live stream. Bit weird, I know. Bit weird. But yeah, cool. Okie dokie then. I hope it wasn't too bad when it was a bit smaller. Hopefully you couldn't tell as much. Grand then. Okie dokie then. So I'm probably gonna end it there. I hope you enjoyed. Hope it was helpful. I know it may be a little bit easier for some, a little bit tricky for some. I'm trying to get like a good kind of in between sort of, without going too much higher or too much foundation, trying to get a good kind of mid ground. So hopefully we'll come back next week. Next week we're doing quadratics. So we're going to factorize quadratics. So we're going to do grade 5 quadratics, which are like the one with no x, so there's no number in front of the x squared. Then we're going to do harder ones, like grade 7, which is number in front of the x squared. And if we have time, we might do a bit of completing the square, but that's if we have time. We won't have time, but we'll think. We'll see. So hopefully I'll see you all next week. It'll be nice. I'm going to let you all go. I'll still be hanging around in the chat for a little bit, but feel free to, start leaving, get on with your night, do your homework, have your dinner, I don't know, have your tea, get a beverage, relax, watch some YouTube or something, I don't know. Have a lovely evening, and I will see you all next time, next week, 5 o'clock. See you all then. Bye. Bye.